Hey guys, what's up? If you're new here, my name is Lynn. If you're not, welcome back. I would love for you to subscribe. So I know my hair looks a little bit different, or a lot different. I mean, I did a thing. As you can see, this is not my real hair. This is a ponytail that I got from INH, insert name here. And I just wanted to do something different. I was looking at my Instagram and I was like, I always have the same hairstyle. I always have the same hair, so I want to change it up. I don't think this ponytail looks the best. I wouldn't go out like this because it definitely doesn't look snatched up. I feel like for the video it looks fine. Anyways, you already know by the title, I am going to be answering some apartment questions that you guys asked me on Instagram, so I'm here to answer them. If you're new to my channel, I actually moved out for the first time out of my parents' house into my own apartment in New York City because I'm from New York City. I moved out in July, so this is we're going on to my third month of living alone, living by myself, and I've been really enjoying it, so I made a good move. So yeah, so this is my first time being an apartment renter, renting an apartment. All right, so let's begin. What's been the best, worst thing about moving out? So the best thing is creating content whenever I want, wherever. I mean, not that I have a big apartment, but wherever I want without bothering anybody. So when I was at home, my parents were very supportive. Like, they let me film, like, you know, wherever in the house. But I do have little sisters and I just felt bad always telling them, like, please be quiet. So I really wouldn't do that because they're little kids. Like, I want them to enjoy their time, like, playing with each other. So that's why I really wouldn't film a lot, especially on YouTube, because that required talking. But yeah, so the best thing is having my own space to just do whatever I want. And then the worst thing is food and grocery shopping. Like, I do like grocery shopping, but making dinner is just so annoying. Like, I don't have patience to wait for dinner to be made. So I actually just bought HelloFresh meals. That way it's just easier for me to cook. They measure everything out for you. They give you easy steps. So I'm really excited for that. I'm actually going to film that tonight in my vlog. That vlog probably is up, or no, maybe that will be the next video. What advice would you give someone trying to move out in the city? What things do you wish you knew before moving out? I would say definitely, I mean, everyone's situation is different. I don't want people to feel like, damn, I can't move out unless I make this much money. But I definitely recommend, like, if you can save up to, or move out when you make 3 times more the rent, I really like recommend moving out when you really can. Like, if your parents are like, you can stay home, like, save up, just stay home and save up. That's what I was doing. I mean, I'm still pretty young. A lot of people are like, why did you move out? You're only 22. Like, you could have saved that money and bought a house in 2 years instead of spending it on rent. And like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time, I feel like in order to grow in this industry, I just needed to make the move to be by myself and move out to my own space so I can create more content and just feel more confident. So that's why I made the decision. But I would just recommend saving up a lot and really having a solid income. Like, just know that you're going to make 3 times more the rent, that you're going to live comfortably, because I wouldn't have moved out if I wasn't able to live comfortably. I do pay a large number for rent, but I can do it. Like, I can do it 3 times over. So yeah, that's my advice. And obviously, if the home that you're living now is toxic, definitely do whatever you can to move out, because nobody should be in a toxic home. But if that's not the case, just be mindful and save up your money and have a plan. What things do you wish you knew before moving out? So I don't think I have anything that I wish I knew before moving out. Yeah, I really don't have anything yet. How has it been in your new place? So it has been wonderful. I've been really enjoying time to myself and having friends over and just, you know, having fun here in my own space. So that's been like the best part. What's your favorite feature of your new apartment and old apartment? I didn't have an old apartment. I did live in my parents' house, and my favorite feature of my new apartment, I don't know what's my favorite feature. Like something physical of my apartment. I like the windows. Originally, I wanted floor to ceiling windows, but I did visit a few, or like one apartment that did have floor to ceilings, but it wasn't the apartment for me. And the windows that I have 2 windows because I'm in like a corner unit, and I really love the windows. Like, they're big, they're kind of like wall to wall. They're not floor to ceiling, but they're big enough to let a lot of light in. What do you miss most from living with your parents? I just miss waking up to them, like waking up and smiling because my little sisters are playing, or because my mom is making me breakfast and we're hanging out and just talking. Yeah, I miss waking up to my parents. Like now I don't wake up to anybody, so yeah, I miss waking up to my parents. But they only live 10 minutes away in car, so I literally see them throughout the week, and I sometimes sleep over at their house for like once a week. How has it been living alone? Do you ever feel lonely? Do I feel lonely? Yeah, I do feel lonely sometimes. I mean, I've had friends stay over, but oh my god, my plant is dying. I think my plant is dying, guys. That's so sad. I'm so sorry, I like just got sidetracked, but I just see that my plant is dying. Okay, anyways, I have to fix that later. Yeah, I do feel lonely. I do feel lonely sometimes because I lived with my parents for so long that now it's like, damn, I have nobody to talk to, so I talk to myself, which I always did. So somebody asked how much is my rent. I'm not going to disclose my rent until I probably move out, because I feel like that's just a little personal. I'm sorry. When did you start saving up for an apartment? So ever since I had a job, I always saved up, especially when I started getting paid more for creating content and sponsorships. I just always saved a large amount of my checks. So like, I think like 60% of my checks I would save, sometimes like 80%, and then the rest I would have like for spending purposes. My goal was always to move out. I just didn't know when. Like I really, like my goal wasn't to move out in 2020 up until like a couple months before like 2020 started. So yeah, I mean, I guess it became my goal, but it wasn't like a goal of mine like 2 years ago, like I'm gonna move out by 2020. It was like a fast goal. It's like, okay, like I want to move out, like I have the means. Like I already looked at my bank account and I was like, okay, I can definitely afford to move out and live comfortably. So that's how I did it. But yeah, I mean, I just saved throughout the years. I've been a full-time content creator for I think about 4 years, and my income slowly started to progress and become, you know, a little bit better 2 years ago. So that's when I really started saving more, and I was like, damn, like I can't just spend all of my money. So I was saving for a while, if that answers your question. Is it scary coming home like at night or something when you live alone? My greatest fear is someone being in the house when I get home. So the first month that I moved in, every time I came home, I would check like everywhere. I would check the closets, I would check under the bed, which nobody can really fit under the bed unless you're tiny like me. And I would check like the shower curtain. I would like push it aside and I'm like, is anybody there? So I would check like my whole apartment, but now I really don't, because I'm like, I have security downstairs, so that makes me feel super safe. It's one of the amenities that my building has that I really love. By the way, the building that I live in has amenities. It has a rooftop. You can barbecue upstairs or in the roof deck or rooftop. It has a gym. It has a children's playroom. I don't have kids, so I don't really care about that. It has a pet spa. You can, you know, shower your dog in the little pet room, which I don't have a dog, so I don't use that. But it does have a yoga room, a gym, vending machines, and then it has security. And I really love that I have security, because when I come home late at night, I don't want to feel like someone's following me in, because once I come in, like the security is right there, front desk is right there. They know who's coming in and out. If they don't know someone who's trying to get in, they're like, who are you here for? So yeah, I feel safe. How much did you save up towards the apartment? Every check. How much is the rent? And which one is it from the apartment home video? How do you save but still eat out often at the same time? So I chose, well, I already did a house tour, so if you watch that, you'll know which apartment I chose. I chose the one with like the 2 windows and the kitchen island. What else did you ask? How much is the rent? I'm not going to disclose that. And how do you save but still eat out often at the same time? So I still have a lot of money saved up. I still, you know, have sponsorships on Instagram and sometimes on YouTube that really help a lot. Like that's my income, it's my full-time job. So yeah, I just save 60% of my checks to my savings account, and then everything else is for spending, like my rent, and then fun activities, and also food and groceries and all of that stuff. So I feel like I have a good balance. I mean, my goal is to not eat takeout a lot or order takeout, because that's just such a waste of money when I can cook food at home. So that's why I got HelloFresh. so I can afford to eat out because I have saved a lot throughout the years, and I also have incoming, you know, checks, payments, income, and I just do it. What is your favorite home decor purchase so far? So does a couch count as home decor? I feel like maybe my rug. Well, I didn't purchase my rug. Ruggable actually sent it to me, but that is definitely one of my favorite items in my apartment, as well as my couch. My couch is from Calcery. I feel like it's so me. It's the perfect size for me. It has a chaise, which I like. That way I can just like lay down. But yeah, that is, I think my couch is my favorite purchase. How did you decide what decor style you wanted in your new apartment? So I just wanted like neutral colors, grays, and then a pop of color, which I did pink. So some of my plant pots are pink, and then some of them are white. So yeah, I just wanted like pinks and grays and neutrals. ¿Cómo te va viviendo sola? ¿Extrañas a tus papis? Sí, los extraño. How to ensure stable income for rent? I think that's like on you. That's personal. I mean, I'm an influencer, I'm a full-time content creator. My income, like, it's not super consistent because I can get a sponsorship 1 month and then the next 2 months I don't, but sometimes that one sponsorship does help me out throughout those 2 or 3 months that I don't have another sponsorship. But I just think you have to really know yourself. Just know that you have like kind of a solid job and you can afford rent, and even if you do get fired, that you have savings account where you can, you know, hold yourself until you find another job. By the way, if you see something pink, that's a ponytail, or that's a scrunchie that I tried to put on here, but it kind of didn't work out. Have you had any anxiety after living alone? I ask because it can be a big adjustment after living with family. Yes, I had really bad anxiety like a month before moving, and then when I moved, I still deal with bad anxiety. Like, I don't have panic attacks, but I will start breathing heavy, I'll start crying out of nowhere, like I'm about to cry right now, like I have anxiety at this moment. But yeah, my anxiety comes and goes. A lot of people have it. I just try to deal with it. I try to breathe slowly. I try to watch videos that make me happy. I try to distract myself, but sometimes you just gotta cry and let it out. But yeah, I have had anxiety. I've had anxiety moving out or still being like here in my apartment alone. What app sites did you use? So I was always looking on Zillow, Trulia, Apartments, Street Easy, but I did have a broker. She was really helpful throughout the process. She's actually the one that found this apartment for me. So I will leave her information down below if you want to look into her. Just remember, like, there can be a broker's fee. I don't know much about that. If you contact her, like, ask so many questions. Like, ask questions and she'll answer them. She's really nice, she's really sweet. But don't waste your time. Like, if you're really serious about moving out and finding an apartment, inquire, like, ask her. But if you're just like curious, don't, because we don't want to waste people's time. Where did you look for inspiration to decorate your apartment? What kind of neighborhoods were you looking for? Was it easy to stay in your budget? Okay, so I really like this question. This is a really good one. The first question is easy. Where did I look for inspiration? I kind of just went with what I really just liked, like the type of colors I liked, and I also did go on Pinterest to see the different decors. So I think my inspiration, or like my apartment decor, came from Pinterest as well. Okay, so the neighborhoods that I was looking for, I wanted to stay in the same neighborhood as my parents because I've been living there for years and I wanted to be closer to them, and I also just love the neighborhood. Like, I was very comfortable in that neighborhood. I had my favorite coffee shops there, some of the restaurants that I really liked there, and it was overall like a safe neighborhood that I really liked for me and then for my family. So I was originally looking in that neighborhood only, but the rent was so out of my budget. I mean, yeah, no, it was so out of my budget, especially for what I wanted. I wanted a new building with amenities, modern, security. I did tell my broker that, okay, security wasn't like a must, but I do need like a modern, new looking building. So the rent in my parents' neighborhood that I wanted to be in was super, super high. So I was thinking, like, should I just do it? But no, like that's like too much out of my budget. Like, I don't really want to risk it and do that. So I told the broker, okay, we can look in other neighborhoods, but I obviously don't want a bad neighborhood. I want to feel safe in the neighborhood, and I keep saying neighborhood, it's so annoying. I want to feel safe in you know, the place where I'm going to live in, and I want somewhere where there's like nice coffee shops where I can work at, even though we're going through a pandemic, so kind of can't do that. But there are like a few nice restaurants around me, and for takeout there's a lot of good options, so I really like that. But yeah, so I was looking in Williamsburg. I don't know the specific part of Williamsburg, but I was looking in Williamsburg, Greenpoint. They have really nice like coffee shops there and good eats, and the water is there, so I really like that. I looked at Long Island City in Queens, and then I realized that was a little too far, so yeah, I kind of did compromise the neighborhood a little bit. I'm still really close to my parents' house, but I'm not in the same neighborhood. Was it easy to stay in your budget? It kind of was. I mean, once I looked at different apartments in different neighborhoods, it was a little easier to stay in my budget. But yeah, so I did stay in my budget. I'm $100 over my budget, but it's fine. Have you been cooking or eating out more? I've been eating out more. What was the thing that worried you the most? So what worried me the most was I going to get depressed moving out by myself? But I mean, like I said, I do have anxiety. However, I don't get super down. Like I do, but it's not that bad in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I was like scared or worried. Do I have renter's insurance? I do have renter's insurance. I don't even know if I got the right one for my apartment building, but yeah, I do have renter's insurance. Hopefully like nothing happens where I need to use it, but I do have renter's insurance. My building requires it, but they kind of don't enforce it. Like they don't ask you like, did you get renter's insurance? But it says in the lease like you should have it, but they don't ask you for like proof, so that's weird. What age did you move out? I'm 22 years old. I'm turning 23 in November, literally in just a few months, but I moved out at 22. Any recommendations on places to buy sofas, couches? I'm in the process of trying to find a new one for my apartment. I recommend the couch that I have. I mean, it's like a really nice couch. It looks nice and it is comfortable. Ideally, like when I move out to my own house or home, I would want a cloud couch from Restoration Hardware, even though that's like super expensive. But I think there are other companies that make a little bit cheaper, but I want a super like comfortable couch where you can like sleep and like be so cozy. Like this is a cozy couch, but it's not like, it doesn't sink in, which might be good for you. Some people don't like couches that are like sinking in. I do, because I just find it so comfortable. Like I want a couch to hug me, but this one is comfortable. Like it's more on the firmer side, but it's not like super hard where you're like, oh my god, this couch is like freaking steel. It's not. It's like, I feel like it's good enough, and it looks really nice and sweet. Alright guys, so that concludes this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. When you guys interact with my posts on Instagram and on YouTube, it really makes me so happy, and I swear it motivates me to film more. I love you all, and stay safe, and see you in my next video.